Surprise! My name's Liv Yang Lee, and you're listening to You're a Gift podcast. So, in the previous episode, I promised to record my next episode in a quieter place because there were puppies running around, there were noises everywhere, distractions, I couldn't focus, and I promised to try recording in my car, and here I am. And as soon as it decided to rain, but hopefully you guys won't be able to hear it right now, and if so, just think of it as a beautiful background music that I put on for you guys. Yay, soothing raindrops. But today I wanted to talk more about sharing your vulnerability. I briefly talked about it in the first episode. If you didn't have a chance to listen to it yet, I highly recommend you to go back to my first episode and listen to that awfully long and awkward episode. It'll be a good opportunity and chance for us to get to know each other more and hear more about where I come from, my background, and my passion, and so on. And yeah, so I do talk about how powerful it is for someone to share his or her vulnerabilities and what they learn from the hardships and the struggles that they went through in the past and how that turned them into a better person or better people. Like a grammar police. Whenever I make a mistake myself, I'm just like mentally, I need to fix myself. I make that awkward pause, but okay, I need to fix it. But anyways, where was I? Okay, I'm just going to move on next time. But yeah, the people that I look up to the most, my role models and my business mentors and someone that I just find so admirable, when I see them as just the perfect figure, like, wow, there must be nothing he or she's bad at. Like, he or she becomes that celebrity figure, but it also becomes very difficult to make a close relationships, like that intimacy. It becomes very difficult to build up that intimacy with them because you perceive them as being perfect, and as we as humans tend to compare ourselves to other people. And from personal experience, I learned that when I see someone else as being better than I am, just having everything together when it feels like I'm falling apart, I still don't know where I am, and all that, it just becomes very difficult for me to open up to a person like that and make that close, intimate relationship. But as soon as that person, I'm thinking of one of my role models, but as soon as he opened up about his vulnerabilities, like this public speaker that I'm thinking of, and I learned about his hardships and the struggles that he went through and his childhood. First of all, he's like a really successful, multi-millionaire, but he went through a very difficult childhood, and I'm not inclined to share his name because these stories are so personal to him, and it was like a really intimate Zoom live call with him. But when I thought of him as just a CEO who's rich and has everything, I was just like, oh, what's so special about him? Like, wow, I have a lot of respect for this guy, but that's about it. Yay, he must have had all the connections. He must have had all the money passed down to him. We tend to judge people based on what we see. We're humans. It's always going to happen. First impression is basically us judging people by their looks. You might have judged me as a very down-to-earth, casual girl who's comfortable in her skin, and you're right. I'm comfortable enough to do multiple podcast episodes in just a t-shirt and no makeup, because I'm trying to embrace myself the way I am and kind of pass the message that we need to love ourselves the way we are before we can love others. But I tend to digress. So when I learned about his background and his difficult childhood and how he almost went through multiple bankruptcies, but he kept on going, he never gave up, and now he's at a place where he can say, I made it. But what is he doing now instead? He's educating others. He already has multiples of millions of dollars in his bank, but he is sharing his knowledge, the knowledge and tips that he learned throughout his journey as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs who are starting out, to save them money, to save them time, to help them be successful and be happy. And when he shared his passion and his reason behind that, I was just like, I want to be more it. That's when I made that like connection, like on a whole. I just gained so much more respect. Yes, I did have a respect for the guy starting out, but it just went from here to here. Like, I respect him so much more after hearing about what he went through and how brave he is sharing that, despite how embarrassing it might have felt for him. The fact that he was willing to share those stories to inspire us, that's when I was like, okay, sharing your vulnerabilities is a very, very helpful tool. And I can probably guess why you clicked on this episode in particular, probably because of the title. And yes, I want to talk about something that has been one of the biggest insecurities and something that I'm like very self-conscious about. It's college. I come from a South Korean family where like everyone's smart, like everyone's a freaking like doctor. I keep hearing stories about my doctor uncles in Korea and my doctor cousin. It's a bit of a different story. Like, my parents didn't want me to graduate college and get a degree because I would be the first generation and make them proud. I think it was the other way around. Like, because everyone in the family is so freaking smart and already have like multiple degrees, it would be an embarrassment, dishonor to our family if you don't have a degree. I think it went like that because this is like my 4th time. Oh my gosh. Did you guys? Oh, that scared the GBs out of me. Oh, someone walking by. But I'm in a locked car, so I'm good. My gosh, that really scared me. So, yeah, this is the 4th time I'm recording this. Because I'm in my car. I didn't have a stable internet connection. The first one was so perfect and I was ready to click finish, but no internet connection. It's fine. We all learn from our experiences, right? So, anyways, I was having dinner with my parents tonight, and it was a really nice dinner. Filet mignon, garlic potatoes, broccoli, and everything. And my mom decided to bring up the topic of college, grad. When are you going to get a real job? What's your plan B? And when I heard that, I put down my silverwares, I looked straight at her, and I said, what plan B? I don't need a plan B. I don't want a plan B because I have a plan A, which is my lifelong goal. If that doesn't happen, I'm not just going to give up. I'm going to keep trying until I achieve that dream of mine. So why are you saying I need a plan B? And my mom said, well, it's been a dream of mine for you to have a degree. And it's the whole reason why my parents decided to immigrate to the United States, for me to get a better education and be able to get a better job. But I think a little differently. If we're living in what's called the land of the free, why do we have to follow that path that the society set for us? Go to college and get a degree, get a good job, start a family, feed the family, and what next? You know? So I have no idea why it's getting darker in my car, but oh gosh. But my point of this episode is I already know my calling, and to make it short, I want to be an inspiration to other people similar to me who are smart enough to know to get things done, who are smart enough to make things happen, who are smart enough to make an impact on this world, but the limitation that either your family, friends, or the society is just killing you inside. You already know what your calling is. You already know why you were placed on this earth, to do what you're best at, to do what your heart is telling you to do. And it is so painful not to listen to your heart, especially when you already know what that heart desires so much. If you, with the right heart in the right place, with that desire to want to help other people, you're doing a disservice to this world and to the people of this world by not doing what you were placed on this earth to do. So maybe I'm being a little vague here, but for instance, I went through so much. I went through so much ups and downs, and whenever, like parents almost divorcing, and being a non-traditional student, I'm like always the oldest in all my classes because I decided to take a break and have a job. And yes, I was in the corporate world, and I think that reaffirmed my confidence even more that I was not made for a 9-to-5. Not because I'm bad at what I do. I was freaking good at what I did, but I was just miserable. I was just like, what is the meaning of life? I'm not impacting anyone. People are just here to get things done and get paid. But I was just not built like that. I was that person in the corporate world who was overworking, and all my coworkers like hated me. Like, why are you doing this much more work than what we're supposed to do? You're making us look bad. Just do the bare minimum. You're gonna get paid the same amount. Chill. That's what I heard the most from the corporate world, and I think that's what made me really depressed. Like, is that the point of life? Just try the bare minimum and just you know, I didn't really understand that. And man, I had some great stories. I'm going to turn them into a different episode, the parts of the videos that got cut off because of the internet connection. But my point is, yes, decided I only have 1 semester left to graduate with an honors degree. But I think it would be best for me not to finish, because I know I have the knowledge, I know I have the ability to continue being the straight A student that I am right now. But I'm not learning the value that I can give to the world through my dream. Like, all the things that I'm learning in school, they're great, and it's making me a person. But I have this dream of helping other people through the knowledge that I learned through experiences, that I learned through other entrepreneurs. And I just realized that I'm learning so much more from entrepreneurs who already went through what I'm going through 10 years ago. And they were able to do it without a college degree. And what I'm trying to be that cliche, like, oh, drop out of college and that's the only way to success. What I'm saying is that my car is going crazy now. I think I'm gonna have to cut this episode short because my car is legit going crazy now. My headlights are like, what is going on? Oh my gosh. So jeez, I had such good stories. I'm going to share them tomorrow. But what my point is for this episode, my life. See, like, I'm not going to end this live video. I was very tempted to just finish this recording, start over, but I'm not going to, because I'll be able to laugh about this in the future. Remember back when, like, I was living in such a small apartment with my parents and, like, the puppies that I couldn't even record a good podcast episode in peace, that I had to do it all in the backseat of my car, and there's like the lighting started to dim out and my car's going crazy, but I still kept on. I'm not giving up. I want to be the person who can inspire other people. I want to be able to say, if I can do it without a college degree, you can too. And there's so many people reaching out to me on Instagram asking, how are you doing it? How are you a straight A student who still has time to grow a business? And I honestly tell them, I don't do either of them well. Like school, I just have the ability to memorize things very quickly and learn things very quickly. I'm able to get straight A's because of my OCD. I don't want to be in there because it doesn't look nice. And because of that perfectionistic mindset, if I indulge myself in multiple projects, I'm not going to be able to do either of them well. And I realize I'm doing so much to make this website come true, to make this launch happen so that I can finally show the world what I've been working on. Podcast, this summit that I'm working on, where I'm bringing on like a lot of amazing guests on this podcast to share to you guys about their experience, their struggles, and why they're the people that they are today. And I have so much to share. I want to give so much value to this world, to people who once thought they're worthless. They don't know what they're going to do in life. I want to give you purpose in life. I want you to realize that you're a gift. Every individual has his or her gift. You're just not realizing that, and sometimes you need other people to be able to recognize that for you. I'm good at snapping. I can't even snap. You think it's not a talent? You think everyone can snap? I can't. So what I'm trying to say is, everyone has a gift of his or her own that can impact the world in a positive manner. Like, anyone who can snap, like, I'm being dead serious, please teach me. So my idea is to help other people, especially young adults and young entrepreneurs, and even like teenagers who are lost, to realize that you're a gift. I want you to open up about your pain and whatever is blocking you from realizing your true abilities, your doubts, your self-doubts that's blocking you. Once you talk about it openly, once you open up about it in a safe environment, safe community, that's when you realize, wow, that's not that big of a deal. And when you listen to other people's stories, when you listen to what this person went through and that person went through, because everyone goes through hardships in life, when you listen to other stories, you realize how thankful you should be. And not because you're comparing your life to other people and say, oh my gosh, he or she went through so much worse than I did. Not that. It's just that it gives you the realization that you're not alone. You think you're the only person who's going through the most painful stuff in life right now? No. Everyone on this earth, no matter who it is, no matter how rich, no matter how many paper degrees they have, everyone goes through hardships. And once you open up about it, once you admit that it's a struggle that you're currently going through, and have that safe environment, have that comfort to be able to open up, and surround yourself with people you can trust, that encouraging community, that's when you realize, oh, not a big deal. So my vision is to help everyone. Hopefully I can help everyone, but there's this earth, that's why I want to influence or impact people in this community, this gifted community, so that at least the people in the community can realize that he or she's a gift, and just pass that message along. So that's my vision. I want you to realize that you're a gift. So open up and enjoy the present. The past is over. The future we have no control of. And I'm Liv Young Lee, and I'm officially a college dropout. I have 1 semester left, but you know what? I want to be able to say I didn't graduate from college. So, is that going to be a roadblock for you? For those of you who are asking me, I'm so scared, I can't do it without a college degree. No, I will prove to you that if you have the right heart in the right place, if you follow your heart, if you are in the right community of people who are encouraging, anything is possible. I truly believe that. Yes. All right. Well, today was a very confusing episode because all these things happening and lighting is crazy. But you know what? Let's laugh about this episode in the future together. So, I am encouraging you to join the community. Join the community of other people with the big heart and the desire to impact the world positively. All right. My name is Liv Young Lee, and you're listening to You're a Gift podcast. Wow, that looks scary. And world, I am officially a college dropout. Woohoo! All right, let's get it. Let's get it, entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs have the ability to recognize a problem and the heart to bring a solution to the problem. Let's go. All right. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Hashtag gifted community. Audio almost got cut off.